Lana and Whitney are horse riding. When Whitney asks her to be his spring formal, she happily accepts. They suddenly see an explosion. There is a gas fire, they see a pipe that is about to burst. Whitney warns them. The man says to clear out. They move out, and as Lana runs away, she is hit by debris. We see meteor stones next to her. The deputies and Whitney check up on her. At the hospital, she is visited by Clark and Chloe. Chloe is going for an internship in Metropolis. She'll be staying at her cousin's dorm. When she's outside, Lana sees Chloe being attacked by someone, and then she wakes up. Clark is not certain if he should date Chloe because of Lana. Martha tells him that he can't keep putting his life on hold because of Lana. Lex visits the Kents to give them the compensation for the chemical spill that happened on their farm. He tells them he wants a good relationship with them and then shakes hands with Jonathan. Lana mentions her dream about Chloe being attacked. She felt as if she was there and then describes exactly what Chloe was wearing. Clark thinks it was only a nightmare. Nixon has found a man who saw something fall out of the sky. He leaves Lex with a contact. Clark's mad that the tractor won't start, but he's actually worried about Chloe as she hasn't called him back. He then says that they can buy a new tractor with Lex's check, but Jonathan's not sure if he wants to deposit it. Clark tells him not to constantly reject Lex. At the Talon, Lana sees another vision. She sees Chloe tied up in a room. She sees through the eyes of the person wearing a mask, who then punches the mirror. She tells Clark someone got Chloe. We then see someone welding an iron box. Chloe is tied up but manages to remove the constraints. As she runs off, she's grabbed and stabbed with a needle. Chloe's dad called the sheriff's office. The same deputies we saw earlier question Lana about the abduction. When she says it was a vision, one of them mocks her, but the other one says they'll investigate it. Mr. Sullivan then says they found Chloe's car abandoned in the woods. Lex and Nixon visit Mr. Cole. Lex pays him some good money. The man recounts the meteor incident and says that he saw a ship move past him as he was flying his airplane. He saw it crash, but when he looked for it, it was gone. He says that nobody believes him. He even gave Nixon a map of the crash site. Lex says it's a good story and then tells Nixon that it's a tall tale. Clark says he never appreciated how much Chloe meant to him. He then tells a story when Chloe kissed him during the 8th grade at his barn. As Lana leaves, she yet again sees another vision where Chloe is being buried alive. She tells Clark that she saw a big windmill. Clark says he'll get help. Chloe's buried underground. Clark arrives at Chandler's field. He climbs the windmill and looks down with his x-ray and then finds Chloe buried alive. He then rips out the coffin from underneath the ground. Chloe is crying out of happiness when she sees that it's Clark. We then see someone staring from the bushes. Chloe rejected the interview from the Daily Planet. She remembers teddy bears hanging from the ceiling, but is traumatized from being buried alive. When she thanks Clark, he tells her to thank Lana. Chloe asks Clark to stay. As Lana's leaving, she sees the back of her head, but sees no one when she looks. As Clark's helping out his dad, he believes it's all connected to the gas pipe explosion. Jonathan tells him to deliver the feed. When Clark asks him what he will do with Lex's check, he says he's taking the offer to savings and loan. As they leave with the truck, they are being watched. They stop outside and find Lex in the field with people wearing hazmat suits. He's considering to buy that land for a project and wants to test the soil first. When Jonathan asks him about the metal detectors and hazmat suits, he says there may have been a meteor strike on the site. Jonathan's not happy and then hands him back his money. Clark says that Lex didn't deserve it. Jonathan says that his spaceship crashed in this field. He's afraid Lex might find something. Dr. Hamilton hands Lex something. He wants Hamilton to personally handle the tests. Whitney shows Lana his dad's war medals. He wants to do something important in his life. Clark tells Lex that he gets obsessed about things like the car accident. Lex says his life changed since the meteor hit. He wants to find the truth. He then mentions the story that the man told him and he needed to check it out. Clark wants him to put it behind him. Clark says that Lana was affected by the explosion and shows them an article of a theory that people can be psychically linked after a trauma. He asks Whitney who was around Lana at the explosion. He mentions himself and the 2 deputies. Clark thinks it's one of them. During the evening, one of the deputies tells Lana he wants to ask her some questions. She then sees images of someone entering the Talon and striking the deputy. She turns around and screams. When Clark asks the man where his partner is, he's told that he's working a second job at the carnival as a security guard. The deputy wants to know how Lana saw through his eyes. He says he didn't want to hurt Chloe, but wanted to pretend he rescued her. He wanted a boost in his career. He says he can still be a hero by solving her murder. He then loads his gun, and as he shoots, Clark bounces off the bolt with his hand. It hits the glass above. He then protects Lana from the falling glass. As the madman is running, we hear police sirens. When he sees Clark, he shoots. The bullets bounce off him. The man is then thrown through the air. Lana sees a vision of the police shooting and killing the deputy. As Clark leaves with Lana, we see someone spying on him again. It is Nixon. Chloe got an internship during the summer at the Daily Planet. Clark then asked her out for the spring formal. She accepts it and Clark is happy. Hamilton researched the object from the field. He says there's nothing like this alloy on this earth. As Lex stares at the octagonal-shaped object, we see a similar shape in the spaceship.